It's SFN. And I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard, man.
I see you've been doing things that you can't rewind. While you drinking cheap wine, need a little me time.
All right, we got SFN jumping off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, gang?
I'm feeling great, man. Good to be in Atlanta. The vibes is everything, man. It's a lot of love out here.
For sure, man. It's a pleasure to have you on the porch with us today.
For sure.
So go ahead and tell me, man, what you been getting into since you've been in the city of Atlanta?
Man, bro, so this trip for me was basically like a planned media run. So I've been networking. I done had a couple shows in front of the coalition DJs, QC, a lot of meetings with a lot of A&Rs out here and stuff, a lot of interviews. It's been love, man. It's been love. I love Atlanta. It's my first time, so I can't do nothing but love, bro. You feel me?
That's real.
Hell yeah.
Where you go to eat?
Where we went the first night? It was like some gyro place. That shit was banging though. One thing about it is I'm from Chicago, so you know I'm big on food. So always gotta have something good in the bellies. And Atlanta definitely got good food, bro.
For sure. You had the JJs out here?
Shit, we had Wings R Us. You know where that's at?
Nah, I ain't had
That shit.
I need y'all to go try Heroes and the JJs out here just so y'all can give a real verdict. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so y'all gonna.
I had I used to eat JJ's Fish in Chicago all the time, so I already know the vibes.
Yeah, I'm fucking with sharks, bro. That's what we need out here.
Uncle Remus.
I keep
Hey,
hearing
bro,
about
don't get me started, bro.
I left before Uncle Remus, right? So I never got a chance to have, but everybody be telling me like, nah, that's the one.
That's the one, bro. Harold's and Uncle Remus.
Yeah.
It's over with.
Man, sharks all day, man.
Nah,
But
I feel you though, I
bullshit.
feel you though.
So how would you explain or describe your upbringing in Chicago? Because a lot of people might, you know what I'm saying, feel, you know what I'm saying, oh, Chicago's this, Chicago's that. But you know, if you comfortable in your hood, it's just, this is what you grow up in.
Yeah, so it's actually very interesting when you listen to my story because I'm originally from the Westside of Chicago, and my dad, that was where he was born and raised, you know what I'm saying, Humble Park, K-Town area, which was pretty bad back in the day. And so ended up growing up on the west side a little bit, but when my dad finally, cause he raised us by himself pretty much, so when he finally, you know, got his bag right, we ended up moving to the suburbs. So when I hear stories about Chicago and where people from, I often hear like, you know, how they grew up in a terrible upbringing and stuff, and like I had some bad days, you know what I'm saying, but you know, our dad made sure that we had a good path to follow, you know what I'm saying. So I would just say that like it really all depends on who you're talking to and where they from, you know what I'm saying, because Chicago is a huge city. There's beautiful people and there's evil people, you know what I'm saying. It just depends on who you associate yourself with.
What suburb you moved to?
Oak Park, Illinois.
Okay.
Graduated from OPRF High School, man. Shout out to Huskies.
That's real.
For sure.
So in your perspective, being that you came from the city and migrated back to the suburbs, right? How would you explain the difference between the two?
So I often get asked this question, and I always answer it with what I was taught in high school. I had a history teacher. He'd tell me that, you know, your situation is all based on geographic luck, and I partially believe that because what he meant by that is like, you don't get to choose where you grow up. You know what I'm saying? You born into a situation that you got to live with. You know what I'm saying? So the difference for me is I would say it's just a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? People in the ghetto or the west side where I was originally from, they are taught, and they taught way different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? They grow up. You got to grow up hustling. You got to be outside. You got to be on the block. You got to get it. You got to jump off the porch early. You feel me? But when you go to the suburbs, you're taught at a young age, yo, play sports, take this class, play this instrument, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you ready to jump off the porch, man, you already got a profession in your head, what you want to do for your next 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, the difference is what you taught. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your elders, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of OGs on the block that was making sure I was out here getting money and trying to get me to do crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like, if you got a strong mental and you know that you bigger than this, you know what I'm saying, then you got to just take advantage of your situation. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. At what point would you say you started taking an interest in music for real?
So when I was young, I always like sang and stuff with my sister because she's always been a good vocalist. Like we would always sing the church songs and stuff, but it wasn't until like, I think my brother, he really started like freestyling and rapping. shout out to Fetty, man. Big influence on my music. That's my blood brother. He really started rapping and when he was like 14, 15. And so I just look up to him and be like, yo, this nigga hard, you feel me? Because he had listened to 50 Cent and he had even put videos out on Facebook and like just to show his friends and stuff, like he rapping and stuff. So when eventually when I came to Florida, he was out here and then he really like put me in that music mode. He was like, nigga, you talented, like you got a voice, you been had a voice, like all you gotta do is just find the right engineer. And you know, he was my engineer for a while and he really like shaped my sound into a lot of different genres and that's how I ran, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
What type of different genres would you say you was picking up on as a kid though?
As a kid?
Because I can imagine going from the west side of Chicago in the suburbs, but I know you done heard some shit.
Yeah, I done heard a lot of shit. So as a kid, I listened to a lot of Ye. And I was just telling Tracy this, Tracy Mitchell, I listened to a lot of Ye, because in Chicago, like, that's all we really had when I was a kid. Like, we ain't know Chief Keef yet, we ain't know Dirk, none of them, you know what I'm saying? So my music was real, like, different. It always was different, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to just be, like, no drill artist, because I ain't really know what drill music was yet, you feel me? It wasn't until I was a junior in high school that we had Love for 187, you feel me? Dirk Times, like, all of that stuff. Chief Keef, I don't like. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really like, I had made one song when I was a sophomore in high school and it was more rap. It was an Uber Everywhere remix. So it was like that vibe. But like the stuff I was talking about, it wasn't no like, let's go slide, you know what I'm saying? It was just some cool like, I make music vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Real spill.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point would you say you decided to jump off the porch?
So I'd say when I was around the age of like, I would say when I was younger, I made some terrible decisions, but I say when I was like 17, I was forced to jump off the porch, you feel me? Because shit, my dad was just tired of me. I was getting too much trouble. Like, it was like, nigga, the streets or you stay home and you follow these rules that you don't like, you know what I'm saying? And so at the age of 17, I jumped off the porch, you feel me? Really jumped headfirst into the streets, and at the same time, I was still talking to colleges to go play football and stuff. So around the age of 17, I got kicked out the crib, moved in with my plug and was, you know what I'm saying, doing what I had to do to survive, you feel me, make some money for college. But I'd definitely say that around that age is when I realized, you know, life is real, and you're gonna have to get it yourself because not everybody is about to be like, hey, here, take this, you good, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
So while you was outside thugging, you know what I mean, what's some of the shit you can say you done endured or been through from jumping off the porch at the age of 17?
Yeah, so like I said, when I jumped off the porch, I was on my own. Like I had guidance from my dad, you feel me? And he always taught me how to be a man and stand up for yourself. But, you know, you can never really prepare someone for what the real world has to offer, you know what I'm saying? So when I really jumped off the porch, bro, I was finding myself in a lot of trouble. Like even when I moved to Florida, I found myself in trouble, and it wasn't until I really like met my label that they really was, I had to see somebody believe in me for real, like yo, stop, nigga, you raw. Just do this, I got you, I'm gonna make sure you know what I'm saying? So once I seen I had people really, really believing in me, that's when I really put my head down and just drove for it. But yeah, bro, I went through a lot of adversity, you know what I'm saying? It was hard. It was hard, bro. It was nights I cried, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, you know what I'm saying? Trying to look over my shoulder, worried about every police car, you feel me? Warrants. It's a bad journey, but it's all because I was meant to prevail, you feel me?
Real spill.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you end up linking with SB Global?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite questions because how I linked up with him was I had found this studio in Longwood, Florida, which was near my house in Orlando. And it's called Jaica Creative. Shout out to them. I put down a lot of records there. I met SB's first artist, Adrian Sky, there. And I was actually outside in the front listening to my music, waiting on my session. I'm an engineer. And he came up to me, he was like, yo, bro, that shit is fire. Like, you got more music like that? And I think he had caught a glimpse of a drill song. And he was like, yo, it's fire. I was like, yeah. So I started playing hella music and stuff. And he was like, yo, I think my label would be interested in rocking with you, you know what I'm saying? And I had another friend there at the time, but I was always on the move, you know what I'm saying? So I had to slide. So I ended up leaving. And my friend, he said that, oh, the owner pulled up, which was SB. So I had missed my opportunity. But eventually SB came back around. We had been messaging for like 5-6 months, and he hit me up and he was like, yo, like, you fired, bro. I want to get a listening session. And I want you to play me your best records. So I played him like 50 of my best records, sent him another 50, and it was really like one that grabbed his attention. It was this song called Ring, and it was a pop rock vibe. And I think I knew right then and there when he heard that and he started talking to me about that bag and that lane and that aesthetic for me, I knew what he wanted to do. And I knew, like, you know, this could be my way, you feel me?
That's real.
Mm-hmm.
How much motivation did that leave you with, knowing that, you know what I'm saying, you done been through the bullshit you done been through, but your craft done really saved your life?
Mm-hmm. Bro, I feel like that's what made me so confident in music, because not everybody can say like, oh, your dream is what saved you, you know what I'm saying? It's usually like you fall and you fall and you fall and you fall and you fall. Eventually you get back up, but you know, I fell for only a certain amount of time before I was like picked up, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, that was bro, that's the reason I keep going, you feel me? Because I can never go back to where I was before, how I used to feel, you know what I'm saying? Looking on my shoulder all the time, not knowing who was real in my life, like, that shit for the birds, bro, you know what I'm saying? With my label, with these guys right here, it's family, these my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So I really take all that in, you know what I'm saying?
How important would you say it is to have a solid support system?
Bro, it's more than important, and not even for artists like with your label, like it's important to have a label that's gonna fund what you need and, you know, keep those promises and do what needs to be done, but it's more important to have guys like these around you, bro, that got your back. And you know what I'm saying, as the artist, they artists too, but as like the artist that's being pushed right now, they understand that I'm put in these situations that I might not be comfortable with. And so it's always gonna be good to have them be like, yo, bro, I got you, like, make sure you're on point, or like if I'm lacking them, make sure you're on point, make sure you posting, make sure you tagging the label, you know what I'm saying? They make sure I don't miss a beat, you know what I'm saying? And these are the type of people I love around me, bro. You feel me?
Real.
Mm-hmm.
How your pops feel about your situation now?
My pops, he one of my biggest supporters, bro. Like, I don't think he can put it all into words yet how happy he is, you know what I'm saying? So when he see me, when he talk to me, he just make sure he tell me he love me and to keep going, you know what I'm saying? And that's always what it's been, because when I played football and stuff, he always kept that same energy with me too. Like, he always just made sure that I was doing what I need to do to get better, you know what I'm saying?
How hard was it for him to understand that your passion was music and you saw for yourself a fruitful future?
Yeah, so I like this question too, because my dad, he was really like a working man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he didn't really believe in chasing dreams like that. But I always had people around me that told me, bro, you young, so you might as well chase it while you're young, you know what I'm saying? And so my dad, like, yeah, he paid for me to go to college, and he wanted me to get a job and, you know, do the old regular college job, maybe come home, work for Pops, whatever. Nah, but I had bigger dreams, you know what I'm saying? And maybe he didn't see eye to eye with me at first, but now he sees what all this was for, you know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. I got a 4-year-old son. He just turned 4 yesterday. Happy birthday. And so, you know what I'm saying? We just trying to keep the generational wealth going, and that's forever. You know what I'm saying? So I know my dad understand that. When I buy him that house, he really gonna understand. You feel me?
No, for real.
Oh God.
So being that you had a supporting father, how important is it to you to be the same role model for your son?
Bro, it's so imperative. Like, that little man, bro, I can't imagine him not being in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I say this right now for anybody that just got their girl pregnant. You don't know if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, keep the baby, bro. It's your biggest blessing, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not much of a man right now, it's gonna make you one. It's gonna make you realize what life is really about, you know what I'm saying? So take care of your kids, bro, for real.
That's real. Being that you from Chicago as well, it's rare that, you know what I'm saying, that we see fathers in their kids' life, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I know you had a lot of homies and shit probably growing up where they didn't have the same situation at home where you know what I'm saying, you had your dad and shit like that.
A lot of my homies only had their mom.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So how that make you feel to know, like, all right, shit, I got my pops with me and I'm being a stand-up nigga for my son, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it made me feel like, let's keep it going.
Yeah, fact.
Make sure my son have a son and treat him the same way. But nah, for real, it really just made me like happy to see like this is what, because like honestly, bro, like this past 2 years, we done lost a lot of family on my dad's side. So I know he happy to see that, you know, we keeping the reproduction going, you know what I'm saying? But more importantly, we creating more family and more bonds that for when I'm his age, you feel me, we had that circle around us like he had around us when we was kids, you know what I'm saying? So my dad understand family, you know what I'm saying? And like, he a family man, and I think that's what made me a family man. Like, I want to always bring people closer together. I hate bad energy. I'm pushing positivity all year, so don't come to me with no negativity. It's just all love, man.
Real spill. Talk about your appearance that you had on the SDG Presents, the first annual issue.
Okay, so that tape was a joint tape. It was with Ace 20O, fire artist on the label. We put like 12 songs on there, and yeah, bro, they was bangers, bro. I think I had met Ace like last year, around summertime, and he ended up moving down here for a little bit. And when he moved down here, we realized that, you know, our sounds, they go together so well, you feel me? So we talked to the owner, and he was like, yeah, let's put together a collab tape, and that's what we did, bro. We made like 20 songs. We picked 12, 2 singles. Ace got a single called Spin the Block on there. I got one called Shots. And bro, we went to work. Like, you listen to that whole EP, like, it's crazy, bro. Our boy, sometimes you can't even tell who is who, you know what I'm saying? But Ace's bag is like more like melodic rap and stuff, and I still brought the pop rock, and that's why it's crazy, because you hear me bringing rock. I even got him get out of his shell and go rock on a couple records, you know what I'm saying? So it's huge, bro. It's a good tape. It's a great tape.
That's real. So what can we expect from your EP coming in March?
My EP coming in March, man, you can expect a lot of pop rock, a lot of pop punk, a lot of rock, maybe some R&B, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do it for the ladies. But yeah, man, you can expect a lot of real SFN rock star vibes. Like, I'm gonna give it to you, front and center. Big rock star, man.
For sure.
With my EP, you're gonna hear a lot of global music, a lot of stuff that can be played anywhere. I don't curse in my music, so I keep it PG. I do this for the kids. Like, I want my music to be played everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the radios to be like, oh, he said this, we can't play it. Nah, it's either you like it or not. You feel me? That's the only choice you got to play it. So everything is positive, bro. I'm just trying to keep a positive mindset with the music and do it for the youth, for real. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the money is.
That's real. So what's some of the goals you guys set for yourself for the remainder of 2023? Even though we just getting started.
Yeah, we just getting started, but I've already been planning these goals halfway through last year. I got my clothing line I want to get started. My son's name is Kasai, so I'm planning on naming that the Kasai Collection. I got my EP I want to drop. Soon after that, I want to drop an album, because I have like over 800 songs in the vault. Me and Rob Links, at Rob Links, my boy, we might be working on a joint EP. I know me and Wavy got a drop, Me vs. You. It's a single that we did, Fire Records. On top of that, man, we just trying to grow. Like, I'm trying to grow. That's all, man. 2023 is a year of growth. You know what I'm saying? I got all this music. I'm ready to start funneling out, get in more rooms with people, do more meetings, more content, stuff like that. Just really, really grow the brand, grow the label, and show people like, yo, this kid here to stay.
No, that's real. Talk about the importance of your name. Tell them what SFN stands for.
Yeah, so SFN, that stands for something from nothing. And like I was saying earlier, where I'm from and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Basically, the name came to me. I was actually rocking, I rock SFN and SFN Flow, because my last name, Flow, is the first 3 letters. But SFN came because of all the things I've been through, you know what I'm saying? There's been times where I know I ain't had nobody or nothing, and look at where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole name, it's something from nothing. So, it really speaks for itself, but I love to give insight about where I'm from, so people know, like, yeah, he for real. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, to come from nothing, go through all this adversity, and still be able to push positivity, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that really is like a key component behind my stage name, you know what I'm saying?
That's real. So what else you working on right now?
What else I'm working on right now? Man, a lot. I be editing my own videos, like, I think the biggest thing I'm working on right now though is really just trying to get this EP perfect and get my album right and line up some more videos. You know, I'm in Orlando based, so I'm trying to, I don't know if one person can do it, but I'm trying to bring more artists in the city together, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of artists in Orlando, they in competition, which is crazy because I come out here and everybody is like, yo, let's work, let's love, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of artists in Orlando, y'all in competition, man. We gotta work together. Come on, bro. But real shit, they all in competition. So I think one thing we need to do this year is start working together as a group, because if you got a bunch of people in competition, then you're not really putting on for your city. You putting on for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So all these people who claiming, y'all gotta start working together, bro. People want to see y'all work together. People waiting. People really waiting. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta come together this year, bro. You feel me? Everybody just gotta start working and stop being so big-headed with this music stuff. You feel me?
That's real. Mm-hmm. What inspired you to move from Illinois to Florida?
It's pretty simple for me because after I finished my 2 years, I went to college, played football for 2 years, got an AA in communications, and it was either go back to the hood and do what my homies doing now, which, to be real, I love y'all boys, but nothing, you feel me? Or go to Florida, pursue my dream, rekindle with my mom and see my family, and you know, that was a no-brainer for me. So I just took that flight and made it right, you feel me?
That's hard.
Mm-hmm.
So you still ended up going to college and still ended up getting your associate's degree. You still out here making music.
Yes, sir.
That's some real spill shit, boy. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
pop that for the youth for
Hey,
real.
look, I was just saying to somebody the other day, man, music, you gotta look at it like a job, because just because you start doing it don't mean you're gonna make it to the top, bro. So if you gotta throw this away one day, you better have that shit lined up.
Yeah.
You feel me? Especially if you got kids, bro. Especially if you got kids, bro. For real.
Real spill. What's some advice you'll give the youth right now watching this interview?
Man, it's cliche, but follow your dreams. Do not be scared to make connections, bro. The dude next to you could be the dude you need to talk to, and you were scared to talk to him, bro. Real stuff. Network, make connections. When you talk to these people, tell them what you do. Tell them how you can be beneficial to them, and they should give you the same spill back. You know what I'm saying? And you know when stuff is genuine, bro. You know what I'm saying? So follow your dreams, make connections, and don't ever doubt yourself, bro. Stay positive. You know what I'm saying? You are your own human. Don't let nobody tell you you look this way, you ugly, you know what I'm saying, bro? Look at them and brush it off, because at the end of the day, you're your own person, bro. We all are our own person. We all got our own flaws. Even that person that's talking about you, they got flaws. So just be positive and don't worry about the next person, bro. Just do you.
Real spill. Any last words and shout outs?
Man, I want to give a shout out to the label at SB Global Enterprise. Shout out to the owner of the label, Steve Baez. Feel me? Shout out to my brother right here, Only One Wavy. Shout out to Rob Links at Rob Links. You feel me? Shout out to Cashier Lou, my engineer in the O, big fire engineer. Yeah, shout out to Jared Atwood, Benny Smoke, and we going up this year, man.
Real spill. SNF, we appreciate having you on the porch with us, man.
So, something from nothing, baby.
I see you've been doing things that you can't rewind. Why you drinking cheap wine? Need a little me time. You hung up all over, I just